Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. I am Rosina Rai, starting with the headlines first. 6 persons of the same village killed after jeep met with an accident in Baitari. 4 Indian nationals killed in another accident in Sinduli. Election Commission transporting ballot papers for House of Representatives by-election starting today. By-election being held in 3 different constituencies on April 23. Russian parliament approves online call for war. Kremlin denies it wants to speed up mobilization or end widespread draft dozing. And Manchester City takes a giant stride towards the Champions League semi-finals with 3-0 victory against Bayern Munich. Welcome back. Now we have the news in details. At least 6 persons have been killed on the spot after a jeep met with an accident at Zholek Mode of Patan Municipality, 8 in Baitari along the Jayaprithivi Highway. All the deceased hailed from the same village of Kedarsi Rural Municipality, Ward number 5 of the district. The jeep en route to Bagthala of Bajhang from Julalghat met with the accident at 11 p.m. on Tuesday night. According to Baitari District Police Office spokesperson Inspector Yogesh Khatri, 5 other passengers on board the jeep narrowly escaped the fatality as they managed to jump before the accident. The jeep carrying 12 passengers had fallen down 500 meters off the road. The jeep driver is absconding. The cause of the accident is yet to be established. In another tragic incident, 4 Indian nationals died in a car accident at Kamalamaya Municipality 3. Gari Gate and Sinduli along the BP highway last night. One another passenger who sustained critical injuries in the accident have been brought to Kathmandu for further treatment. According to Superintendent of Police SP at the District Police Office, Rajkumar Silwal, the car with the Indian number plate met with an accident at 12:30 a.m. after it went uncontrolled. The car had fallen down some 500 meters off the road. Silwal informed since it was difficult to retrieve the bodies as the car fell down the cliff. Support has been sought from the Nepal Army for retrieving the bodies. The Election Commission has said the ballot papers for the House of Representatives by-election would be transported to the concerned constituencies from today with needed security provisions. The EC said it completed the printing of ballot papers for the April 23 by-election taking place in 3 constituencies. The Janak Education Materials Center printed a total of 390,000 ballot papers for the by-election taking place in Bara constituency number 2, Tanahu constituency number 1 and Chitwan constituency number 2. It is said that 116,000 ballot papers are printed for Bara 2, 138,000 for Chitwan 2 and 136,000 other ballot papers printed for Tanahu constituency number 1. We shall get back with more national and international updates at the side we do have. Stay with us. Welcome back here on Nepal Television News. Now the remaining updates. A meeting of the House of Representatives is taking place today at 1 p.m. according to possible agendas unveiled by the Parliament Secretariat Minister of Communication and Information Technology, Rekha Sharma, to present a proposal that the Security Printing Bill 2077 received with a message from the National Assembly be considered. According to the Parliament Secretariat, there is also a possible agenda where Speaker Devraj Ghimire will also present a condolence proposal on the demise of Tezman Tumbahamfe, a Nepali Congress leader of Dhankuta. He passed away on Friday. A Central Committee meeting of the Rashtriya Swatantra Party is taking place today. According to the party source, the Central Committee meeting is to be held today to take a decision on audio scam related to its parliamentarians Dhaka Kumar Shrestha. It may be noted that the Rashtriya Swatantra Party's Central Discipline Committee had submitted a report on alleged audio deal involving Shrestha to party president Ravi Lamisani on Tuesday. In the explanation given to the committee, Shrestha claimed the video clip fake. The Ministry of Education has directed the private school operators not to increase their school fees arbitrarily. Issuing a press release, Joint Secretary and spokesperson of the Education Ministry, Deepak Sharma, said the ministry's serious concerns have been drawn after some private schools were found to be raising school fees arbitrarily for the upcoming academic session. Likewise, ministry has asked the school operators to make the fee structures transparent. We have international headliners at the side. Stay with us. Time for a short break again. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now we have updates from international front. 4 army personnel were killed in a firing incident at a military station in the Indian border state of Punjab early on Wednesday. Officials said, adding that a search for the shooters was in progress. An unknown number of shooters were at the Bhatinda military stations and had ammunition on them. A defense source told Reuters, declining to be named, citing the sensitivity of the matter. The incident was not a terror attack and took place in a canteen, senior police officials in Punjab SPS Parmar said. The military station, about 280 kilometers northwest of New Delhi, houses mostly families of soldiers and is a residential army base. The Russian parliamentarian has approved a legislation to start serving call-up appears online. The Kremlin has denied the move is aimed at speeding up further mobilization of Russian men or putting a stop to widespread draft dosing. Thousands of Russians have avoided the draft to escape the war in Ukraine. Critics say that the law is further evidence of authorities creating an electronic gulag, referring to the Soviet-era network of camps. Until now, conscription papers in Russia have had to be served in person or via an employer. The International Monetary Fund warned on Tuesday that the lurking financial system sensitivity could erupt into a new crisis and slam global growth this year, but urged member countries to keep tightening monetary policy to fight persistently high inflation. The warning said in ominous tone for the IMF and World Bank spring meeting in Washington this week, with the conflicting economic and market forces clouding the policy path as growth slows to respond in rapid central bank interest rates hike. The IMF on Tuesday eases its 2023 global growth forecast lower. Its baseline assumption excluding for now a major new flare-up of financial system turmoil after the failures in March of U.S. lenders Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank and Switzerland's forced sale of Credit Suisse. The fund's World Economic Outlook forecast real GDP growth of 2.8% in 2023 and 3.0% in 2024, 1/10 of a percentage point lower than what it predicted in January for each year. The global economy grew 3.4% in 2022. To the more updates before that, let's have a quick look into the highlights of the side. The world will likely use less fossil fuels to produce electricity this year in a turning point for planet-friendly energy, a new report says. It would be the first ever annual drop in the use of coal, oil and gas to generate electricity outside of a global recession or pandemic. As a result, less warning gases would be released during energy production. Renewables are set to meet all growth in demand this year. The study from energy analyst Embassies. Now time for sports. Manchester City took a giant stride towards the Champions League semi-finals with an outstanding performance to overpower Bayern Munich at Etihad Stadium. Erling Haaland innovatively was on target with the 45th goal of the season to make him the highest scorer in all competition in the single campaign since the Premier League began 30 years ago, surpassing Mohamed Salah and Ruud van City, however, gave a powerful all-round team display, and Bayern under new coach Thomas Tuchel faced a mountainous task to turn this quarter-final around in the second leg at the Allianz Arena. World #1 Novak Djokovic beat qualifier Ivan Garkov in his first match in more than a month to reach the third round of the Monte Carlo Masters. Djokovic, who received a first round bye, beat the Russian 7-6, 6-2. He had not played since 3 March when he lost to Daniel Medvedev in the Dubai Tennis Championship semi-finals. The Serb was not allowed to enter the United States for the Miami Open and Indian Wells Masters because of his COVID-19 vaccination status. Djokovic, a 22-time Grand Slam champion, will face either qualifier Luca Nardi or 16th seed Lorenzo Musetti, both of Italy, in the last 16 on the Monaco clay. Well, this is all we have for this moment, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the top stories again. 6 persons of the same village killed after a jeep met with an accident in Baitari. 4 Indian nationals killed in another accident in Sinduli. Election Commission transporting ballot papers for House of Representatives by-election starting today. By-election being held in 3 different constituencies on April 23. Russian Parliament approves online call for war. Kremlin denies it wants to speed up mobilization or end widespread draft dosing. And Manchester City takes a giant stride towards the Champions League semi-finals with 3-0 victory against Bayern Munich. This is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, have a good day ahead. Namaste.